Hello and welcome to the first episode of Jack of All Trades, Master of None. Thank you for joining us today. And by us, I mean just me, alone in my room. So buckle up, because it's going to be all over the place. Today's episode is going to be me sharing with you some of the things I use to kind of keep my wide range of knowledge and things like that. Pretty simple stuff, starting out easy. Gotta say, the first thing is surround yourself with people who are very good at what they do, or they have like a super niche interest or things like that, because like a lot of my friends know how to do things and like are really good at whatever they do, or they are very knowledgeable in certain areas. So like, I have people who know a lot about the ocean, and I know people who know a lot about farming, and I know people who know a lot about technology and politics and things like that. So I can kind of learn a surface level amount of knowledge just by listening to them yap away, because I love listening to my friends talk about their interest, because then I get information about their interest, and then if I add a little bit of my own on top of it, then I know just enough to know I don't know shit. So that's beautiful. So that's one way you can get kind of a wide range of knowledge. Another thing you can do is kind of look online. So personally, I like to read Science Daily. So it's a website where they have a wide range of topics. They have health, tech, environmental science, societal sciences, and just like weird, like they have like a thing that's like the quirky one where you're just like, why are we studying about this? Like, that's really cool, but what is happening? So you kind of like sciencedaily.com, and then you can kind of look in the category that you want, and then there will be an article on that thing. You click on it. Now, one thing I will say is that the titles of these like articles you click on can be crazy. Like, there's one I'm looking at right now that says predator robots set to chase larval zebrafish. And I'm going to click on that one because that's just crazy. But there's other ones like understanding animal consciousness, things like that. And it's just cool, but also like, what? Now, the thing I really like about this website is that it gives you the date that it was published, the like article you're reading. It gives you the direct source and the summary of that source. And then it kind of gives you a summary of the full story. So it'll include quotes, and, it'll give you, an easier way to understand. It kind of puts it in more layman's terms so that you don't have to be like a super cool scientist to understand what is happening. But also, I find it really easy to, copy paste into Google so I can look up what it means if I don't recognize some of the terms. And then at the very bottom, it'll have the journal reference, if there's any videos that are if there's any videos kind of that go with it, anything like that, and it'll be at the bottom. So it's like super easy to double check the information in there. So super psych, super love that one. Another website that I am a super huge fan of is Khan Academy. Okay, that's a lie. I have used it recently, but I haven't used it super recently. But it is a free resource online where you can just sign up for, a learner account, so like a student account or whatever. And then it has math help from, pre-K all the way up to college. So you can basically like kind of take a math course that's been really like simple. Simplified. Broken down into segments. They've got reading and language arts. They've got life skills. They've got science. They've got economics, art and humanities, computing, test prep, all that stuff. So if you are like wanting to get interested in a lot of different subjects, but you don't know where to start, or it's been a while since you've been in school, or you didn't really pay attention in school, and so you feel like you just can't understand that stuff, if you want to build back your base, like absolutely I would recommend this website, because number one, it's free. Number two, all of this stuff is built, like all of your lessons are built off of points, and you can use your points to like customize your account. It's so fun. And it's just a really fun way to kind of gain new skills without having to like blow a bunch of money on it. Like this is very much like poor man ADHD land. Like when I want to do something new because I'm bored and my brain's like, we got to do something else or we'll die. It is really nice to be able to go onto this, learn something new without having to spend all of my money. And also it's really great for like when I think the brain rot is taking over my vocabulary, I'll just come on here and do like a couple vocabulary lessons and I'll be like, oh, thank God, I know what, conspicuous means, or I know what another 3 or 4 syllable word means. Hurrah. But yeah, no, I super duper love this one. It's super great. But yeah, that's pretty much it for like websites and stuff. Yeah, I kind of just impulsively do things. Like I learned how to do chainmail, and keep in mind, I'm still very bad at chainmail, but I learned how to do chainmail because one of my friends did chainmail and I thought it was cool, and then I wanted a costume that had chainmail in it, and chainmail is heckin' expensive to buy because it's so tedious. It is so freaking tedious. And so you kind of have to just be willing to try new things. Like I wanted to do blacksmithing, so I looked it up online and I found a place where I could learn how to like do a little blacksmithing thing. I wanted to do photography, so I got a camera, and thankfully I didn't have to buy one from like scratch because my grandma had cameras and she was like, you can have one of mine, and I was like, thanks, Grandma. And then I bought one on my own. And then I got 2 film cameras from govdeals.com or .org, from the police department, because they were getting rid of like their film cameras. I got 2 film cameras, the cases, some film, and several lenses for literally $50. Like if you include the gas gas money I spent to drive there and get it, maybe $100, maybe. So yeah, govdeals.com or .org or whatever the heck it is, hits. You do have to lurk, but it's good. It's good. So yeah, that's pretty much how my brain works, I guess, when it comes to this stuff. Real quick though, if you want to be a guest on the podcast, I will be putting a link somewhere to a Google form, and you can just put your information into that, and then I will reach out and be like, hey Shadi, do you have Zoom? Or something like that. And then if you do, we can set up a date and time that works for both of us, and then yappity yap. Also, if you would like to give suggestions on what topics you would like to hear me and or other people talk about, please God, use the same link, and you don't have to fill out any of the other information. You just fill in the suggestion box and submit, and I will take it very seriously. I can't promise that I will talk about everything, but I will take everything into account. Thank you so much for listening. I hope it was all you wanted it to be. I know it's not really like a topic that people would expect, but I just thought that would be a good thing for the first one. But yeah, super cool. I'm trying to keep these like solo episodes 15 minutes or less, so I feel like 10 minutes is a good stopping point. But yeah, please, if you want to be a guest, let me know. And please don't prove I'm right. Also, please give me suggestions, because every single time I sit down to do an episode or like write down the episode I want to work on, my brain goes completely blank. All right, I love y'all so much. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. I don't know how to end a podcast.